as I was saying earlier, often companies use these for different purposes than resumes. Some companies don't. Some companies only want to see your application, in which case that application is kind of like your resume as well. But most companies, they want both, and the application just disappears into like the legal department, filed away in a box for their records. Maybe they need to reference it later for something, but it's usually not the document they use to make their decisions with. That's going to be a resume that gets sent on to the hiring manager or recruiter to decide whether to call you in for an interview. Still want to do a good job on your application, but don't get hung up on it. Some of these spaces you have to fill out on an application, like previous salary or the date you graduated from school. And you're like, God, I don't want to put that down, but I can't even go on to the next page until I do. It is what it is. Don't feel too bad about it because that's probably not what they're going to use to call you in. That's going to be the resume. So don't think they have to be the same. They serve very different purposes. But as far as like hiring decisions are going, usually they're not being made on the application. They're being made from the resume. It is a screening device though. So just like you would do with a resume or a cover letter, you still have to turn in a high quality product. They might not be reading it carefully to decide whether to call you in for an interview. They might though, but they might look at it to see if it's sloppily written, or there's a lot of spelling mistakes, or it's not clear. And if it's not clear, then your whole package might get dumped anyways. So you still want it to be as high quality as you can have, because they're looking for things that speak to them directly, which means you have to be tailoring and customizing all your material. That takes a long time, which means you probably don't want to be applying to 20 jobs a week. That might be just too much. You're better off finding like 4, 5, 6 jobs a week tops that are really interesting to you, and then spending the time necessary to put together a really good application, resume, cover letter if necessary. It might be an all-day job to put that together for one really interesting position. So just keep that in mind.